Right now, you are the only kind of human alive on Earth. That feels obvious, it shouldn't. For almost the entire human story, the planet was never down to just one. Several different kinds of us were alive at the same time. Different heights, different skulls, different minds, walking the same rivers, hunting the same hills, sometimes watching each other across a valley. At one point, there were at least 9 human species sharing this world. 9, counting the one reading this sentence. And the reason we're the last one left isn't the clean story you were taught in school. Start with the names because most people have only ever heard one. Homo habilis, Homo rudolfensis, Homo erectus, Homo heidelbergensis, Homo naledi, Homo floresiensis, the Denisovans, the Neanderthals, and then us, Homo sapiens. 9 kinds of human, each a real species with its own bones in the ground. We didn't arrive at the top of a ladder. We arrived as one branch on a crowded bush. Homo erectus alone lasted nearly 2 million years. We've existed for maybe 300,000. Erectus outlived us so far 6 times over. And some of these humans were almost nothing like the picture in your head. On the Indonesian island of Flores, a team found Homo floresiensis in 2003. A full-grown adult stood about 3.5 feet tall. Not a child, not a sick man. A separate miniature human, alive until roughly 50,000 years ago. In a South African cave called Rising Star, Lee Berger's team pulled out over 1,500 bones of Homo naledi, small brain, almost modern hands, and bodies left deep in the dark, where they may have placed their own dead. Think about what that means. A human with a brain a third the size of yours, possibly burying its family on purpose. But the strangest discovery didn't come from a skeleton at all. In 2008, in the Altai Mountains of Siberia, a Russian team was digging in a cave called Denisova. They found a single bone. The tip of a child's pinky finger, smaller than a coffee bean. It was so small they almost set it aside. The fragment went to Svante Pääbo's lab at the Max Planck Institute in Leipzig, Germany. There, they drilled a few milligrams of powder out of the bone. They lifted ancient DNA from the dust and started to read it. And the sequence matched no human species anyone had ever named. It wasn't a Neanderthal. It wasn't one of us. It was a completely unknown kind of human found in a fleck of finger bone. We named them Denisovans, after the cave that hid them. Even now, we have almost no skeleton for them. A finger, a few teeth, one jaw, an entire species of human, known mostly from its genetic code, a ghost. Then Pääbo's team did the thing that changed the whole story. They held Denisovan DNA up against the DNA of people alive right now, and they found it inside us. People in Papua New Guinea and across parts of Asia carry up to 5% Denisovan DNA. The lost species wasn't only in the cave, it was walking around inside living human beings. In 2022, Pääbo won the Nobel Prize for pulling these vanished humans back out of the dust. And the Denisovans weren't the only ones who never fully left. If your family comes from anywhere outside Africa, part of you is Neanderthal. Between 1 and 2% of your DNA was written by a different human species, not a metaphor. Real genetic code from people who went extinct 40,000 years ago. 45,000 years ago, in Ice Age Europe, 2 kinds of human meet at the edge of a forest. One is taller and lighter. The other is shorter and stronger, with a heavy brow and a wider chest. They share the land for thousands of years. They trade, they fight, sometimes they raise children together, and slowly the heavy-browed ones thin out until the last of them dies on a coast near Gibraltar. We didn't simply win a war against them. We didn't just outthink them. We outbred them, absorbed some of them, and watched the rest dissolve into us. And the uncomfortable part is what most likely finished the others off. It wasn't one volcano or one ice age, it was us. More of us spreading faster, wanting the same food and the same caves. 9 kinds of human narrowed to one, and we are the ones standing on top of the pile. So go back to where we started. You are the only kind of human alive on Earth, but you were never really alone. The others are still here, folded into your cells. In a % or 2 of code you'll carry your whole life. 8 kinds of human vanished, and scraps of them survived by hiding inside the 9th. Why this branch? Why us? Out of all of them, we can name the reasons. Bigger numbers, kinder weather, a little more luck. None of them feel like enough. The honest answer is that we still don't fully know why we're the ones who lived. We only know how quiet the world got once we did.